I found a love for me. Well, darling, just dive right in and follow my lead.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you guys can see, I am back at it with another client transformation. This right here is my sister-in-law Erica, and she is getting married in April. So this was her trial, and I figured while she was here and I had her in my chair, why not just film her and post a wedding look for you guys, for all my brides out there. This is wedding season, so if you guys are questioning what kind of look you want right here, I hope this can inspire you guys. So we're going to start off with her eyebrows. Here I am just lining the bottom and then the top, and then going in with a brow powder and filling in her brows with this. All my freelancers out there, the best brow product is the Anastasia brow palette, just because it's so easy to work with and it comes with every skin type in it, or I guess you could say brow type in it. But anyways, moving on to the eyes, as you can see, they are primed and set. So starting off, I'm going to go into ColourPop's Beach Blanket. It's a really soft, peachy kind of brown, and I am dusting this back and forth into her crease. She really wanted a really soft, natural, but kind of glam makeup look, so that's what we are going for here today. I'm going in with a little bit of warmer shadows because she is tan, so I feel like on all my tan girls, warm shadows look the best. Next, I am taking the color Freckles from another ColourPop shadow. These are all going to be ColourPop shadows, and I'm working that on top of that beach blanket, just really intensifying that crease and just really kind of smoking out that warm brown kind of color. And then once we are done really blending out, I'm going to go into basically a deeper tone of a color called Little Boat. And this is a Morphe M433, I believe it is. And I'm working that more on towards the outer part of her crease and lid, just really intensifying that outer part because we're going to go in with a light lid color. So I really wanted to give her that gradient effect and very smoky on the outside part of her eye without going in with without going in with grays or blacks, which is the traditional smoky eye. I am really smoking out her eye with just warm tone browns. So I'm working that into the crease and also her outer V. So now going into a deeper brown, I'm going to go into Noche by ColourPop ILUVSARAHI collab, and I am working this into the outer part of her V just to really give you that smoky effect. Once we are done working that onto both eyes, I'm going to go back into that Morphe M433 and just go ahead and blend everything in together. As you guys can see, this eye look is very simple. It's just a matter of blending and working out those shadows. You basically just want to blend your life away until your hand starts to cramp up. That's basically what you do to really give you that blended out, smoked out, blown out effect. As you can see here, I am still working that Noche in, and then for her lid color, I'm actually going to jump back into the Modern Renaissance palette and pick up that Primavera, which is a very pretty light gold champagne-y kind of lid color. Honestly, you could create this entire look using just that Modern Renaissance palette, but I custom created a ColourPop shadow or ColourPop palette for myself for bridal work, so I just always tend to gravitate towards that palette, but you can totally just create this entire look using that Modern Renaissance palette. So you basically just want to pack this all over the lid, and that's basically it. This color, you don't really need to spray with Fix Plus. Right here, I didn't spray it, and you can see it's pretty pigmented, and it just gives you a really soft sheen of gold. Whereas if you would have sprayed it with Fix Plus, it would have gave you a really frosty kind of gold shimmer color. And what I've noticed is a lot of brides don't really like the frosty, glittery look. It's more of a soft sheen of an eye, if that makes any kind of sense. So now I'm going back in with that color Little Boat, which is a warmer kind of brown, and I am placing that in between the Primavera and the dark brown, and then going back into that dark brown and really intensifying that outer V and just blending everything out, and that basically completes the eye look. I am just going to clean up underneath her eye so she can really see if she likes it and see the final effect. Once she does, she usually wears a wing liner, but instead of a wing liner, I don't really like for brides. I'm going to go in with a little bit of a black shadow and just line her, line her lash line with the black shadow so she can kind of have a smoky effect. Then I applied some lashes and we moved on to skin. So her skin, she said, is a little bit dry, so I went in with BECCA Backlight Priming Filter, which gives her such a pretty glow on her face. And then for foundation, I went in with, obviously you guys know, my EX1 Cosmetics. This is the only foundation I basically carry in my line. I mean, I carry RCMA and Makeup Forever and Elsie, but this EX1 foundation I always just go back to because it is so good. It gives you enough coverage where it's basically a full coverage, but it still looks very natural and very skin-like without looking cakey. She literally looks so gorgeous in this color. And as you can see, the color matched perfectly. So once I am done applying the foundation, I'm going to take it off of her lips and then go into contour. Here I am using Beautiful Bronze Contour by LA Girl Pro Concealer. You guys know the deal. I love this, using this color on all my tan girls. I use it on her jawline, on her cheekbones, a little bit on her forehead because she has a little bit of a small forehead, so you don't want to contour too much or even at all, and underneath her lips to kind of give her bottom lip a pouty effect. That is a good trick for all you girls who want bigger lips. Just apply a little bit of contour underneath that bottom lip, even the top lip. I'm not a fan of the top because I feel like it kind of gives you a mustache, but I like the bottom. And then I went ahead and contoured her nose. At the end of this, she didn't really like the nose contour too much because she doesn't do it, so she wasn't used to it, but I love a nose contour, but that's what trials are for, so you guys can play around and see what you do and don't like. So for concealer, I went in with Tarte Shape Tape in medium and tan sand mixed together. Apply that to her chin, her cupid's bow, her nose, her forehead, and then underneath her eyes. Again, with this concealer, a little bit goes a long way. Honestly, for freelance work, my favorite concealer is the Maybelline Master Conceal. I know that sounds crazy because it is drugstore and it is your wedding day, but just because it is drugstore, don't knock it until you try it. I promise you that concealer is freaking amazing. It's so flawless. The coverage is there. It's literally so perfect. So once we are done blending everything out, I'm going to go ahead and set underneath her eyes and basically her whole face using RCMA No Color Powder. I'm setting her smile lines underneath her eyes, her nose, her chin, her forehead, and her contour underneath the contour. Then I'm going to go in with the big fluffy blending brush and just buff this all away, dusting it on the areas that we didn't set so that it does lightly set with that powder, whatever is left over. Then as you can see, it does leave a little bit of a white cast, but don't worry. All you need is a little bit of setting spray. Just make sure you set her spray completely and that white cast just disappears. So then while her face is still a little bit wet but not completely soaked, just damp, I'm going to go in with a little bit of highlight. This is Dose of Colors Fuego highlight, and then I am going to actually top it off using Mary Luminizer by the BALM. I didn't show that here, but I just love Mary Luminizer by the BALM. That is like the ideal bridal highlight for light to medium skin. It is so freaking pretty. But I'm obviously highlighting the top of her cheekbones, the chin, the cupid's bow, the tip of her nose, and in between her eyebrows. A lot of people aren't used to the in between eyebrows. She honestly didn't really like the highlight a little bit between her brows. She thought it was a little too intense. So for her wedding day, we'll either tone it down or not do it at all. I'm just a fan of that. So we just try it, and that's what trials are for, you know? You live and you learn. And then now I'm going to go into a ColourPop bronzer. I honestly forgot the name, and I'm just going to lightly dust this over the areas that we contoured because we did cream contour. Means you don't really need to go in with a lot of powder, which is why I love cream contouring. So we just lightly dusted that over her face. Then going into a little bit of ColourPop blush, we're going to apply that to the apple of her cheeks, just a little bit, like a touch of blush. I'm not a big blush fan either. I just like a little hint and a little kiss of it on your cheeks. So now for underneath the eyes, we're just going to go in with those exact 3 colors that we used last time. Basically in the same order, just dusting it underneath her lash line, and then we're going to tight line using that really dark brown. You can see it right there in the palette called Noche. I'm going to use a flat definer brush and just really smoke out her lower lash line with that. This is a good trick for you girls who don't like using black eyeliner underneath the lower lash line. Just smoke it out with shadow and it gives you the same kind of effect. If you want it to be a little bit more dramatic, then I would say yes, add a black liner. But if not, just use a little bit of shadow and it'll feel like it's smoked out under there, if that makes any kind of sense. So we're going to apply some some mascara to the top and bottom. And that basically completes a face. Now we're going to jump into lips. I told her that she had to try this lip combo because I felt like it was perfect for this look, and she honestly was obsessed with it as well. This is MAC Cork Lip Liner, my ride or die. Use this with red, brown, freaking orange, nude, any color. I love using this liner with any color. It is that good. It's so perfect. So we're lining her lips with this, and then now I am taking ColourPop's 951 Liquid Lipstick by ILUVSARAHI. What is this, a ColourPop freaking video? Jesus. And that basically completes the look. After you're done setting or applying the liquid lipstick, just go ahead and set her face. And that basically completes a look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had so much fun creating it for you, and I will be back soon with a Valentine's Day look. So if you guys are interested, keep an eye out for that. And let me know what you guys want to see next. And if you like this video, bye guys.
Still kids, but we're so in love, fighting against all odds. I know we'll be alright this time. Darling, just hold my hand. girl, you'll be my man, and I see my future in